All right, thanks for staying with us. Now, National Employee Health and Fitness Day is celebrated on May 17th to raise awareness of the health benefit of physical activities amongst employees through company-sponsored health promotion activities. Now, this day is a perfect time to remind the staff about the necessities and advantages of regular physical activities. This is a very important day. Very, very important, especially with the what's it called, the rise in remote work.
Yeah,
that's number one. A lot of having to sit down long hours to sit on a computer. That's number two. Again, with a high rate of junk eating. A lot of people do junk food because no time to prepare proper meals and all of that. So I've seen people, they just say, oh, he was not sick, he just dropped dead, and all of that. So if employees pay attention to, the physical fitness of their employers, their employers pay attention to their employees, it will reduce the number of deaths, it will reduce a lot of things. I thank God for smartwatches, because, I tend to sit down long hours. So I was on a flight, a 13-hour flight, right? Yeah. NJ, I only stood up twice. That's very wrong. Yeah. So by the time I got up, all my joints, it was like I had blood clots on my I could literally feel my feet were swollen, everything, because I just did not have any need to get up. But it's not healthy that you just sit down. I didn't want to use the rest. I just sat down.
And you didn't take off your legs?
I didn't take off my legs.
Yeah, that's
so
fine.
My feet everywhere was, I could literally feel like my blood had congealed. Honestly, because it was so painful. Yeah, so I didn't now realize that, okay, these things are not, they're not telling you to do these things. And so you see people sit long hours, not getting up from their chairs. And also now I make it a point of duty to get up, just walk around, go back, sit down, and all of that.
Just like you said, smartwatches does a lot.
Yeah,
it tells you
time to get up,
to stand up, or you've not been active, or you haven't done any exercise today, you haven't taken a walk. So it reminds you sometimes. And I think it's very, very important because, like you said, we spend lots of long hours, sitting in front of a computer. So first of all, your eyes, then your brain, just being able to, stabilize. And that's why a lot of people lose focus after a while. So it's very, very important for us to take it seriously in terms of health. Even on flights, they tell you stand up, walk around, stretch your legs, go to the bathroom, just that kind of movement, helps your body, stabilize. That's the word I'll use. So it's very, very important for us to care about our
And I think what companies can do, organize fitness. Yeah. Maybe yoga sessions, with your entire staff. Because I remember that companies used to do that a lot. They would just go on an open field, do like aerobics, dancing, and all of that. So, if you pay attention to like doing that maybe once every month, or maybe organize a football tournament, or like the ladies of Ways that we're going to organize our 5-kilometer walk. I'm still looking for the dates. I've not found the dates. But hey, NJ, you'll be our champion. You've done marathon. So but I think, right, if we encourage ourselves to start to do these things, it might not seem like a lot, but imagine if we and the entire team, we go on a 5-kilometer walk. If you want to be part of it, you are welcome to join us.
You encourage other people to actually.
Yeah, it would encourage more people to do it. It's not an easy feat, I particularly like walks. I don't like jogging. I don't like running. I just like to take long walks, but I don't know whether 5K walk I have the capacity.
No, 5K walk, trust me, you do it in no time.
Really?
Yeah, you do it.
So maybe you should map up our route for us.
I'm sure we can talk about it.
So I'm just telling you now, I'm putting it out there so that in case you do not see us do the work, it's NJ that did not give us
really? Oh wow.
Just like that. I'll throw you out.
Yeah, we've done from Lekki.
40K, yeah.
I've done the
40K access marathon, Yeah.
42, I think,
Yeah.
0.2 or 0.1.
Yeah.
So I did that from the mainland.
And you
I
did the
that
10K?
just once. I can only do that just once. Then regularly I do the 10K every year.
And 10K, it's from where now?
From Lekki Phase 1.
Main
right
gate?
now, where we moved it to is Grace Event Center. That event center where you have IMAX.
Okay.
So from there, you walk all the way down and then out the gate all the way to Eco Atlantic.
Okay.
And trust me, it's a long walk. You never know until you start. Yeah.
So that means we can do half of that for 5K.
Oh yeah, sure.
Yeah.
I'm sure we can.
We can map out that route.
Map out the route.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So we'll make it happen. The ladies of Ways will go on a 5K walk, just to encourage you out there to just be serious with your physical health. All right. So what did you find for us in the news?
Oh, so. So I've seen a lot of things in the news today, and I was actually quite confused which should take top priority. But this actually made me smile and feel a certain type of way. And this is the story of the Nigerian army rewarding soldiers with bicycles and cash for good conduct.
Awesome.
Now, it says 58 soldiers of various units in Jos Plateau were awarded by the head of Division 3 of the Nigerian Army, for good conduct while discharging their duties. So, they were given cash gifts and the bicycle. I think it was a bicycle that actually caught my attention because I was just wondering. I was like, I'm sorry to say, but Nigerians, we know how to we put some things up, and I'm like, did you not think about this? These are soldiers. I don't have any issue giving them cash gifts or medals, but what are you giving them bicycles for?
Fitness.
To ride around the
fitness.
Really, that's a good way to look at it. But it just made me laugh because, see, and this is why it made me laugh. I'm not in a good way, in a negative way. So we put out things like this, and I know that we feel very proud, like we're doing something. But to me, this means absolutely nothing, and this is just degrading even the Nigerian army on its own. And this is why I say that. When we look at other, other reward systems, let me put it that way. And I would always go for Big Brother because that's like the reigning one. When you look at things like that do not, in my opinion, my personal opinion, do not have that much of a high, whether you call it moral value or impact on the society and the individuals at large. And you hear the cash gifts that are being given out at such contests or competitions or...
We've always known that these things are always lopsided,
yes,
right? I mean, somebody goes and gets a first-class degree with a 5.0 perfect GPA.
And his government will give him 100,000.
You get, and somebody goes and shake their bum, and the people would give them 50 million. So that has never been, it has always been a problem, and it will remain there. But I think I like the idea of bicycles. Bicycles are, for me, is a way of exercise. It's fitness. I even said I was actually going to join. So a friend of mine, she's in the bikers club, but I think it's the choice of bike I don't like. If you want to get me a bicycle, go and get me those really quality ones that I can go on the, Tour de France, to go and do the...
Right. So you're talking about bicycles, not bikes?
No, I mean, they don't need even the power bikes because there's no physical movement for those things. With bicycles, you are actually technically exercising while using it.
You really think?
I think so. They're military guys. NJ, they are military guys.
I understand that, but knowing the Nigerian system, bicycle, trust me, they didn't come from that point of view.
Well, I know they didn't come from. I'm trying to see it in a positive light. Only my comment. Let me speak my language. That will not concern me. All right, so Rema actually got a Guinness Book of Record. In this spirit of Guinness Book of Record, we're not going to hear what again. Everybody is coming out to Guinness Book of Record. But I thought to share this because, again, people keep on accusing and saying that because there's the sexy girl now, everybody's talking about her, that other people are breaking records, there's no proper... And I keep on insisting that you need to do proper PR. You can't just wake up and people are talking about it. The girl did her homework. Hilda Baci did her homework. That's why she's being talked about. Yeah. But in the spirit of Guinness Book of Records breaking, I have this video. They can pull out that video quickly. It's a short video.
Switch. Stop. Everybody stay low.
My coach take me as a son, talk to me, give me inspiration for training. So all my parents and my brothers love the sport I'm doing.
We officially brought rope skipping into Nigeria 2015, but there was no recognition because many people never believed it's a sport. Many just thought it's one of those exercises every sportsman can do, not knowing that it's already become a world championship event far back in the 1990s, but we've been lagging behind. We have to do something about it in Nigeria here. One major area we focused on that we saw as catchment is the primary and secondary schools. So we now focused our attention on primary and secondary schools. So that's what enabled us to come up with inter-school rope skipping championships.
Absolutely. I like what he talked about. So let me just quickly run through what he said. He talked about they had applied for government grants to be able to go and do the international competition with other champions around the world. But of course, there was no support from the government. So they then decided, they went back to their drawing board, and checked. They said, okay, how can we compete globally without even having to go for any competition? And that was how they found out that there was something around the Guinness Book of Records. So the boy had done it. I think his name is Ezekiel Daniel. He had done it. He's currently the current holder for, what's it called?
World record.
One leg, most skips that you can do on one leg, right? So they are hoping for support in August. There's a new Guinness like multiple titles that they want to clinch. It's going to happen in August. So I'm saying to anybody, all the sport lovers out there and all of that, if you can, support them. They don't really need much. We just need to create the buzz around it. So if they can support them to see more of them win, because all of them are in a training session now, going through, that's the coach training them and all of that. So hopefully they win more Guinness records.
How many skips has he done?
So I can't remember the number of skips he did on one leg, but he's also even trying to beat that record to get a double recognition. So he wants to surpass his previous, the current record now that he's having. He wants to surpass that. Then other children want to do other sports in the, what's it called? So I like the idea, because sometimes it's not every time that government will support you, right? So the fact that they found other methods to be able to get attention. So we're hoping how lucrative this will be, for them. What would it translate to in terms of financial reward? Those are the kind of things. I don't know whether Guinness Book of Record gives monetary awards, but I think what can happen from things like this is sporting companies, right? What's it called? Things like all the big brands, the sneakers, the sporting attire, apparels, and all of that can actually find a way to make them brand ambassadors, sponsor the whatever, so I mean, drinks, water, they don't do drinks, fizzy drinks, but at least drink
energy
water,
drink.
No, not even energy drink. They can't even do all of that. Water at least can sponsor. So those are the kinds of things that you can look out for as a coach. I'm just saying, go and look for those brands that can say, okay, you know what, you wear my T-shirt while you're trying to win that record. You wear my sneakers. Some will say, okay, you drink my water. Those kinds of things can be possible. All right, so on that note, we'll take a break. When we come back from that break, we'll be discussing AI, right? Stay with us, we'll be right back.